Hey, my ladies, do you want to talk about budgeting? Then let's talk about budgeting. Have you ever looked at your paycheck and thought, how in the world am I still feeling broke? Because I think a lot of women over 50 ask themselves that question. Maybe you have a good job, maybe you've worked hard your entire life, maybe you're making more money today than you made 10 or 20 years ago. And yet somehow at the end of the month, you still feel like there should be more money left over than there is. That's exactly why I wanted to talk about budgeting today, because budgeting is not just about numbers and spreadsheets. Budgeting is really about understanding our lives. It helps us see where our money is going, why we're spending it, and whether our spending actually lines up with the life we want. The truth is that budgeting becomes more important, not less important, as we get older. Good budgeting gives us clarity, it gives us confidence, and good budgeting helps us stop wondering where all of our money went. I think a lot of us grew up believing that if we simply worked hard enough and earned enough money, we would eventually stop worrying about finances. We thought there would come a magical point where budgeting would no longer matter because we'd finally be making good money. But what I've discovered is that budgeting matters at every income level. In fact, I know people who make twice as much as I do and still feel stressed every single month. That's because budgeting is not really about how much money is coming in. Budgeting is about what happens after the money arrives. Without budgeting, it's very easy for money to disappear into 100 little places before we even realize it. And let's be honest, by the time we reach our 50s, most of us are carrying responsibilities that we never imagined when we were younger. We may be helping adult children. We may be buying gifts for grandchildren. We may be taking care of our aging parents or helping friends and family members who need support. Sometimes we're paying for dinners out, vacations, birthdays, and holidays, and we do it gladly because we love the people around us. But what budgeting has taught me is that generosity without a plan can leave us feeling exhausted financially. For many women, the problem isn't irresponsible spending. The problem is that we've spent years putting everyone else's needs ahead of our own. I also think that women over 50 are in a unique position because after decades of working hard, we finally want to enjoy life a little more. We've spent years putting other people first. We've packed lunches, paid bills, sat through school meetings, worried about everybody else, and pushed our own wants and needs aside. So when we finally have a little extra money, we tell ourselves that we deserve to enjoy it. And honestly, we do deserve to enjoy it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with buying something beautiful or special for yourself, or taking a trip, or treating yourself to dinner with friends. Budgeting should never make us feel guilty for enjoying our lives. The problem is that many of us have fallen into the habit of rewarding ourselves with spending, and we don't even realize we're doing it. Maybe it's a quick trip to Target because you had a stressful week. Maybe it's scrolling through Amazon late at night and finding a few things you need. Maybe it's grabbing takeout because cooking feels like too much work after a long day. None of these things seem like a big deal on their own. In fact, each purchase feels small and harmless, but budgeting has a way of shining a light on all of those little decisions and showing us the bigger picture. I remember hearing someone say that people rarely go broke because of one giant purchase. Most people go broke because of hundreds of tiny purchases that never feel important in the moment. And honestly, I think there's some truth to that. It's the streaming subscriptions that automatically renew. It's the delivery fees that seem insignificant. It's the extra things we throw in the shopping cart because they're on sale. It's the coffee runs, the impulse purchases, and all of those moments when we say, oh, it's only $20. Budgeting forces us to look at those habits without shame and without guilt. Budgeting simply asks us, is this where you want your money to go? What's interesting is that feeling broke and actually being broke are not always the same thing. There are people earning six figures who still feel anxious every time they open their banking app. There are people with healthy retirement accounts who still lie awake at night wondering whether they'll have enough. And there are women who have done everything right financially, but still feel uneasy because they don't have a clear plan. And so that's why budgeting is about so much more than dollars and cents. Budgeting gives us peace of mind because it replaces uncertainty with clarity. I think one of the biggest surprises of adulthood is realizing that our expenses rise right along with our income. We tell ourselves that once we get a raise, things will finally feel easier. Then the raise comes and suddenly we have a nicer car payment, more subscriptions, a bigger home, or more expensive habits. And sometimes we don't even notice it. Good budgeting helps us to recognize when our spending has quietly expanded to match our paycheck. And social media doesn't help. Every day we see people taking dream vacations, remodeling their homes, buying luxury handbags, and living lives that appear absolutely perfect. Even when we know those images aren't the whole story, it's difficult not to compare ourselves. We start to think that everyone else has figured out money except us. Budgeting has taught me that appearances can be very misleading. Someone can look wealthy and still be drowning in debt, while someone else can live simply and feel completely at peace financially. One thing I've learned over the years is that financial freedom doesn't necessarily come from earning more money. Financial freedom, it comes sometimes from making intentional choices with the money we already have. Budgeting, it doesn't mean depriving yourself. It doesn't mean never traveling or never buying anything fun. It means deciding ahead of time what matters most to you. Maybe for you, that means taking a beautiful vacation every year. Maybe it means helping your grandchildren. Maybe it means paying off debt. Maybe it means having enough savings that you can finally sleep well at night. For me, budgeting has never been about restriction. It has never been about clipping coupons or counting every penny. Budgeting has simply given me permission to enjoy the things that matter to me without constantly worrying in the background. Budgeting allows me to spend on the things I truly value and say no to the things that don't add much joy to my life. And I think that that's something we all deserve, especially when you're over 50. I don't want to be broke. You don't want to be broke. I want you to know that you are not alone. You're not bad with money, and you're certainly not the only person wondering where your paycheck went. We live in a world that encourages us to spend constantly, upgrade constantly, and compare ourselves constantly. Feeling overwhelmed by that doesn't mean you have failed. It just means that it may be time to look at your finances in a new way. The good news is that you don't have to change your entire life overnight. You don't need to stop buying everything you enjoy. You don't need to become a financial expert. Sometimes the first step is simply paying attention. Start noticing where your money goes. Start asking yourself whether your spending reflects your priorities. Start thinking about budgeting and don't think about it as a punishment. Because at the end of the day, budgeting is not really about money. It's about peace of mind. It's about freedom. It's about knowing that your bills are paid, your future is secure, and that you can enjoy your life without constantly feeling stressed. And honestly, I think that's what most of us are looking for. We're not chasing millions of dollars. We're chasing peace of mind. And if budgeting can help us get there, then maybe it's one of the most conversations that's important in our lives that we should have. All right, my lovelies, I'm glad that you joined me. Make sure you check the description and or the pinned comment to check out my free checklist. It's a budgeting checklist, and I think it'll help you greatly. I also have a budgeting planner, a very intense budgeting planner that I think you'll really, really enjoy. It truly helped me. And so I just want to share that and make sure that you get your budget on the right track. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to grab your free budget checklist. Everything is in the pinned comment or the description. See you later.